Hi guys, Merry Christmas. Today we're going to be doing an unboxing video. We're going to be unboxing the Wena Watch Pro, or Wena Watch Pro, but we'll call it Wenna, shall we? So I've actually got two boxes here. This fairly large one here is the watch strap itself, which is where all the smarts happen. That's the clever bit. But I've also got this weeny little box, that just has the watch face in it, and this is the chronograph solar black head. So I think let's start with the strap, and then we'll come back to this in a minute. Okay, here we go. So that just slides off. This kind of feels sort of slightly rubbery, but that sounds awful, but kind of in a good way. It's quite nice to hold. The sort of cardboard you feel bad about throwing out, which you think you could find a use for it. Okay, and then we've got the box. Let's have a look. It just lifts off. And there it is. Let me show you that. So that is I guess it's black metal. It's probably got a name. I should have looked it up. And there's a little sticker on it, actually, if you can see that. Let's try and peel that off. That is the tiny little screen just there. It's a little OLED screen. And that's where I imagine I'm going to see notifications, and presumably that's about it. But let's have a look inside. There it is on its little faux cardboard velvety cushion. And it pops out. So actually the first thing I'd say about this is it's actually quite nice. I know that's sort of odd to say as in a surprise tone of voice for something that costs this much money, because frankly it is really expensive. I think it's like £250 at the moment. It's actually quite a good quality watch strap. I'm getting it very greasy already because it's kind of a little bit chilly in this room, and it's condensing on it. But it's nice. They're kind of nice, chunky little straps there. I'll hold it in front of my face. Maybe it'll focus on it. Who knows? And I guess it opens just like that. There we go. And then it opens up. So that is how it goes on your wrist. Satisfying little click. Let's do that again. That's good. That's pretty good. Okay, I like that. So this is the clever part. So this is the what's it called? This is the Wrist Pro. There's also one that's called something like the Wrist Active. That one, I guess the biggest difference is that one is chunkier and has a heart rate monitor. This one doesn't. There's no heart rate monitor. It will track your activity, which I guess means your steps. How accurately remains to be seen. But it tracks your steps, and it should allow you to get your notifications, and again, the thing I'm most excited for is it will allow you to make payments via NFC, which a little bit more on that in a minute. So that's the strap. We'll see what else is in the box, shall we? Because there is more. And what have we got in here? We have got a micro USB cable, everyone's favourite USB cable. I want to say tie clip. Let's have a look. Okay, this must be the charger. So it's got a little micro USB port just there that the cable will plug into, and then this, when it comes charging time, appears to just clip onto there. He says, is that actually going to work? Oh, is that? I think that's it. So there we go, I sort of clipped it on. Can you see that? You can kind of tell you got it in the right place because the sort of oval with the screen on it sort of carries on onto the charger. You can still see that. It's quite fun. It's nice that it lines up. Just shows that someone cared about it. Okay, so that goes on there, and then I guess the cable. Go on, let's see it in all its glory. I keep realising my hands are off camera, which isn't very helpful to anyone, is it? Right, that goes in there. That's quite a satisfying click as well. And there we go. So that's now ready to charge, and then that's the bit you're left with, just there. So a little clip. That's all right. It kind of feels like the bit that's going to break first, if I'm honest. It's a little bit weedy, but I think that might be just my experience with other smartwatch chargers. They're not always the most hardy things. Right, what else have we got in this box? We have got bags, oh links. I guess these are spare links if you have big wrists, which I don't, and you need to expand them. And that's an interesting one, because I probably am going to have to take this to be resized, because I don't have a watch fitting kit at home, because who does? So there you go, there's little link, they're each in their own individual little evidence bags. And there's also the very fiddly little rods and tiny. I mean, yeah, you could do it. I'm sure you could. You can buy a kit on Amazon for 15 quid or something like that. But it's a lot. I think it's probably easier to go to a jeweler's. But if you do, you need to be careful, because some of these links are non-removable. And they don't necessarily look it from the side. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but on the side there are like little holes, and that's where the pins go. All very normal. And they're all the way up. The issue is, if you turn it over, you can see some of these have got screws underneath them. And those that have got screws, you can sort of see between them, there's something between them. And what that is this is the battery in there. So if you try and replace these, you've broken your watch, right? You've ripped the battery into quarters. So there are some marked with little arrows. There's sort of 2 on the end here that can be taken out, and this entire side actually can all be changed. So if you do take this to be resized, just make sure you mention that all is not as it seems. I think that'd be wise. They advertise this watch as it can fit watch heads, so that's the face bit, of different sizes. So the bit where you actually plug this. God, this is. Can you tell I don't know much about watches? The bit you plug the strap into can be different widths, and I think it's like 18. What does this one say? 18, 20, and 22 millimeters. I think this is the 22 millimeter one that's on here now, but I think some of these adjuster things here are for stepping it down to 18 and 20 if you've got a narrower watch head. I've no idea how big the watch head that I've got is, so let's have a look at that next. I think we are done with the strap for now, but I will turn it on in a minute once we've taken the watch head out. All right, cool. Okay, I've cleared my desk so that we can move on to this. This is the, as I said, chronograph solar blackhead. This is the bit that tells the time, essentially. So I'm going to open it up, and there we go. Again, I'm actually quite sort of pleasantly surprised. Let's try and bring that up to you. Yeah, it's nice. So this is the chronograph version. So it's got the 3 little buttons on the side that'll allow us to do a stopwatch. It's also got the date on there, and the solar part I think means that it doesn't need a battery. It will charge itself if I leave it in sunlight, or I suppose the idea is wear it. Okay, I'm going to pick this up so you can hopefully see it a bit better. My camera loves to focus on my face and doesn't love to focus on anything else. So there it is, and it's quite nice. It's quite thin. Let's start with the buttons. And I'm quite pleased with that because, as I said, I don't have very thick wrists, tiny little hairy lady wrists, and that's already. It's not how you're supposed to wear it. That is already going to be quite thick, so I'm quite pleased with that. It feels nice as well. Again, it feels slightly cold, but that's more to do with my room than it is the watch. yeah, it's nice. Nothing happening when I press the buttons now, presumably because it's been in a box for God knows how long. Lovely. It's also showing 4:15, which is weird because usually these watches tend to show sort of 10 to 2, so they're smiling at you, so you feel gratified with your purchase. But I guess, I don't know, I'm just getting kind of side eye from it. You can make your own decision on that. All right, let's see if we can attach that to the watch strap. I don't know if you need tools for that part. I suspect not, because I think they want you to change this, you know, use it on all your watches. Yeah, actually, there's little sliders. So, okay, I don't think I can do this in the air. So you're just gonna have to trust me that I'm really doing it. As if I mean, it's gonna end up on it if I've done it. So let's have a look. Yeah, I can already tell this is not something that's going to be. It's not something I want to do often. Oh, I think I love the sound of metal grinding on metal. So the trick here is I've got to try and slide pins on both sides in. Oh, I think. Do you know what? Oh, he of little faith. Oh no, I haven't done it. Wait. Come on. I nearly had it. I might have to speed this bit up because, you know, you do not need to look at my forehead this long. One. The second one's a bit harder because now the rest of the strap's in the way. Oh, is that it? Go on, get in. Oh, you. Ah. No one is doing this. You know, oh, which watch face do I fancy today? No way. Yes. Okay, that only took eternity, but there we are. I finally got it on. So now you can see the full thing. How good is that? I'm just quite relieved to have done it. I'm just going to try out my wrist, see if it fits. So I'm just slide it on, clip it down, and it's too big, as expected. How too big is too big? Let's have a look. I mean, for me, that's probably. I mean, it's a lot too big, right? It's a lot too big. But I think once it's on, I think that'll feel quite nice. Yeah, it's a nice size actually on the top. I do appreciate that, and I like the black. Good. All right. I think last thing then, let's get it plugged in and see if we can get some life out of it. Okay, I've moved the camera so you can see what I'm doing with my hands, which in hindsight I probably should have done from the start because you don't really need to see me, you need to see the thing, but you know, live and learn. So here we go. This is it. Let me work out where the camera is. Okay, about there. Wow, this is weird to work out. So this is the micro USB cable that they give you, and I mean, it almost, this is not a wide angle lens, and it's just barely stretching out of shot. It's tiny. It's genuinely the smallest one that I've had for ages, and this is not going to work. This is not going to reach from your bedside table to the plug on the floor next to the bedside table. There's absolutely no way. You'd have to have a plug literally on the desk. You could plug it into your laptop. Maybe that's what it's for. You know, the busy businessman or woman who wants to plug their watch into their work laptop that they have by their bed because they can't stop looking at emails. Maybe this is for them. Who knows? I'm not that person though, so I've got a longer cable. I'm just gonna swap that. Here we go. Longer. I'll be honest with you, it's still not actually long enough to reach here. from the nearest plug, but it's certainly a bit better. So let's try this. So this is just a little clip. Let's get it in shot. This is just a little clip, and it just goes on like that. And there we go. Red light of death is shining in there. Hopefully not actually of death. That would be a bad sign. I imagine that means it's charging. I could look at the manual, but where would the fun be in that, right? Okay, so that is charging. I don't think I'm going to be able to show you how it connects to the phone until it has, but I can certainly show you the app you need. It's called Wenna or Wena, your preference, and we're just going to find it here. I did search it earlier to check it exists, and it does. 3.2 is not a lot of stars. I'm curious. Let's get it installing and then see what it says. A very good start. Horrendous app. Poor. Okay, there's a lot of people here complaining about payment, about Wenna Pay, and I think with good reason. The issue is that unlike Google Pay or Apple Pay, you can't just, add your bank card to it like you can with pretty much any bank. And those, it is a very, very limited list of banks that you can add to it, and it's almost certainly the one you haven't got. Let's see if we can get this going. So Wena Wrist Pro, and there's the active, as I said, chunky. They're the only options. This is the one I've got, region United Kingdom. And do I click? I think I have to click setting to connect with this model. Okay, let's do that. Oh, I've done that. Turn on the charged Wena wrist. Turn on by pressing and holding the power button. He's pressed it. He's held it. Precisely nothing has happened. Oh. Tell a lie. I don't know if you can see this, folks, but miracles happen. Oh. It now says 5%. There's a little charging thing on it. I guess that means that it is slowly charging. But it also means I can tell you about the screen for the first time, which is to say, it's super blurry. Okay, I think we're going to leave it there. That was the Wena Wrist Pro. As you can see, mine is still charging on its incredibly tiny USB cable, and probably will be for some time. I may or may not upload something explaining what it's like, but this was an unboxing, not a review. That wasn't the challenge. The challenge was unboxing. Yeah, we've done it. Bye-bye.